And also caught in the middle of all of that chaos was a South Tampa family. They have high school twins looking to go to Florida State, and they had just finished a campus tour when those gunshots rang out.
Yeah, such terrifying minutes for them as they protected and comforted their children. Other parents were waiting for calls and text messages that their children were safe, and 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst spoke to some of them tonight.
And Chris, whether there or here, parents are really just trying to decompress from a traumatic day.
Yeah, of course. And for some, once they knew their child was safe, they immediately went to check on others.
A war zone. I've never seen so many cops.
South Tampa's Eli Penta was finishing a campus tour with her husband and 2 children, about to eat at the Student Union when shots erupted. For a few frightening minutes, they were separated from daughter Avery.
And then we found her, and she was on the ground as people were rushing out of trying to find safety.
After a harrowing time escaping the danger, they're back home tonight, still reeling from what they saw.
We ran into a Catholic church, and all we did was just pray for the victims, pray for the families of those affected.
Just, shock.
It was a different story for mom Stephanie Roberts in Land O'Lakes. She got word her son was safe, then went to check on his friends and other parents.
He has a lot of friends there too, and so he actually had several friends that were in the cafeteria at the time and witnessed it and ran from him. So, I'm just taking it in slowly.
It probably impacts me more than most of the other tragedies that we unfortunately have had to cover here at the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay.
Crisis Center of Tampa Bay CEO Clara Reynolds never thought she'd find herself needing to process her own emotions. The FSU alum and longtime clinical social worker says if your children are affected, don't be afraid to share your feelings with them.
And talk about your own feelings, being mad, sad, scared, overwhelmed. Tell your child how they're doing, and then leave space to just continue to have conversation.
Reynolds adds it's important to talk to your kids, especially if they're FSU students, to ask them what they've heard, to try to dispel any myths and misinformation, and to correct mistakes so they are reacting to facts, not rumor. Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
That is a lot to digest, and we have a recap for you of what we do know about this deadly shooting spree. It started just before noon near the Student Union. 2 people were killed, 6 more injured. The suspected shooter, 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, is in the hospital. He was taken into custody after being shot by police. Investigators say his mother is a Leon County deputy and that he used her former service weapon. All Friday classes are canceled, as well as athletic events through Sunday.